A.D. Vance said something I thought so, I'd never have forgotten it during the election. And he said, the Republican Party needs to be like a legit opposition party. It needs to oppose the other side. Like, we need two parties, okay? We need to be in balance. And one of the things that the other side does, and this is the key to Pelosi, Pelosi's like kind of an idiot, but she's really tough.
Yes.
Like, actually tough. And she just sit people down and just have,
right.
Daughter of a mafia mayor, like she knows how to do this, from Baltimore.
Right.
And just like, let's be clear about what's going to happen if you do that. And I don't know a single person in the Republican Party who will do that.
This is what concerns me a little bit about the current Republican leadership in both the House and the Senate. I wouldn't mind, politically speaking, I want to make that very clear. Politically speaking, it's okay to break a few legs and just say this is the reality of what's going to happen.
There are a lot of moist handshakes in the Republican leadership.
So this is a bigger frustration with the Republican Party. People give you power, political power, to use the political power to enact change. I think too many Republicans have come to D.C. and are like, isn't this a lovely experience? It's going to be a great career. We have a lot of careerists who are enjoying the fun career in D.C., and Democrats are like, by God, we have political power. We're going to break you to achieve what we want to achieve, to fundamentally change and transform this country. They're religious zealots. And we're all sitting here going, oh, that's kind of mean. We probably shouldn't do that. If you have been given political power, you should freaking use the political power given to you by the American people, or they might start to question, why did we give you political power in the first place? Because you don't know how to use it.
Yeah, so I've watched this like for decades, and it's driving me slowly driving me crazy. But why isn't there like an outside group, like a 501c3 of some sort, or C4, I guess, to do this? To say,
this
like,
has been one of my arguments.
MoveOn.org, it's like, we're going to extract a cost if you don't serve your voters. It's super simple. You got elected on a program, you've ignored the program and the people who voted for the program in favor of lobbyists. You can't do that anymore. It's going to hurt you.
You know the RNC is never going to be that. Even though you would like the RNC.
It's gone. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's you and Charlie Kirk or have replaced it. So I get it.
We need a significant, and it's not minor, it's not tens of millions, right? You're talking with hundreds of millions every election cycle to have a proper enforcement mechanism of, you said you were going to do this, this is what the people voted for. If you do not toe the line on this, we will find a competent, credible primary candidate for you, and he or she will be well funded, and we will crush you. That doesn't exist right now.
Well, and it's not just that. I mean, I look at people, including some in leadership, who clearly have had a hard conversation with someone who's like, we've got your online porn records, or we know who your boyfriend is, or, you got wasted on a Codel to Croatia and acted like a pig, and we know that. I mean, clearly, these are people who are being blackmailed. Like, I can think of one in particular who's clearly being blackmailed. And I'm against blackmail, but I'm also in favor of serving your constituents, of restoring democracy to the United States. People vote for something, they should get it. And they're not getting it, and they never get it. And I'm just...
The Republic is in the balance.
Yes.
And I would make the argument, one of the arguments I make in American Leviathan is we're not really a constitutional republic anymore.
You think?
We got a shot at restoring it. The Republic is at stake. Freedom is at stake. Liberty is at stake. The future of your kids, your grandkids, future generations is at stake. We are in a cold political war. We have been in a cold political war for decades with the un-American left. At some point, are you going to figure out the reality of what time it is, Republicans in D.C., before it's too late? And if you understand where we're at in our nation's history and the singular moment that we have and what is at stake, I would hope they would find it somewhere within themselves to go to the mats and to fight with everything they have for their future, for their children's future, for their grandchildren's future, and understand it might make you feel a little queasy in the moment, like this is really hardcore, we're using some pretty brutal tactics. Freedom, future of the country, there are a lot of things at stake. And not only for this country, for the world. I mean, think about who we are for the rest of the world. The United States. We are a beacon of hope. We are really the world's last great hope. We are, if we fall, there's nobody coming for us.
That's for sure.
Like there's absolutely no one that will come and save America if
we are the
falls.
hope of the world.
We're the hope of the world.
Even as we decline, we're even more important, I think, as the last free place.
We have to think of the stakes not only for our country, but for the world as well.
I agree.
Dear God, find a backbone and understand if it's street style brawling tactics that are necessary to win, I think it's justified in doing that, because for God's sake, they just tried to abuse our entire legal system and justice system to take out Donald Trump, quite frankly, others as well. Honestly, if they had won, I think they would have gone after some of us that are not in D.C. but are considered somewhat prominent in the conservative movement. No, I told people, I told my staff, and I told others that I was working with this last year and pretty significant project. There is a sense of urgency coming from me specifically, and there should be urgency from other leaders of organizations, because if they win again, the next people that are going to show trial and lawfare are us.